Well, hello everyone. I'm Vicente Calvo Alonso. I'm CEO and co-founder of Comtech Solutions. Today there are amazing technologies growing very fastly, like 5G, AR, VR, autonomous driving, electrical vehicles. All these technologies are coming with a new set of challenging demands for the semiconductor devices that they are using. They need to be smaller, lighter, better performant, more reliable. Nobody would like to have a failing sensor in an autonomous car when they are inside. Lower power consumption, cheaper. All these demands are very difficult to achieve, especially when they are using compound semiconductor materials. And why is that? Is because these materials, they suffer from aggressive oxidation that results in a lot of defects with very strong consequences for the devices. Basically, these defects are the root cause for performance drops, reliability and lifetime issues, and of course, manufacturing yield losses. Our team of experts, which we have a team of 10 people with 9 PhDs, has worked around a solution for this problem. And it's a novel and counterintuitive solution that consists basically, we are fighting against oxidation by oxidizing the material that in a very controlled way. This is the first time somebody has able to create good quality crystalline oxide structures in these materials, which are characterized by a very small amount of defects. We have measured up to 98% surface defect reduction compared to other traditional methods. And this automatically goes into lower manufacturing costs because the yields are higher, but also more competitive devices. So by eliminating all those defects, we are narrowing down the gap between the theoretical performance of these very good materials and the real performance that it was suffering a lot from these defects. In just the 3 years of operations that we had, we gathered a lot of traction from the industry, and we have entered into proof of concept with very important companies worldwide. And last year we signed our first commercial license agreement with an important US device manufacturer. From revenue point of view, we have been growing year to year quite rapidly. And this year we have already secured $1.1 million. Up to date, we have raised 2 million, out of which 1 million was in non-equity funding. And with that, we have built our high-tech lab. We have managed to strengthen our portfolio, IP portfolio, by having a granted patent family and 4 pending trademark, a solid customer base, and we have achieved the break-even point. Now we are raising A series, targeting at 4 million. Out of $4.5 million, out of which we have already committed 1.5 million from our current investors. And with this, we are trying to increase and expand our business development activities and team, increase our capacity to shorten the time to revenue cycle, and strengthen the IP portfolio even more, and then expand our activities to other industrial fields. And what we are looking for from investors or companies is to have a VC or a corporate VC with experience in the semiconductor industry, and additionally also potential industrial partners. If you want to know more, please let me know. Thank you very much.
Great job, Vicente. We're doing the virtual golf clap here. Killed it. So who has got a question?
All right, we have a question here. I'll read it out for you. This is from Sam. The high-tech world is incredibly secretive. How do you conduct research and development?
Yeah, that's a good question. And that's actually one of the, let's say, our competitors is actually the secret competition, the secret R&D that we don't see from the big companies out there. Of course, when companies are developing something, is for their own use. And we will need to convince them that what we are doing is better than what they have developed. And let's say that one company comes with something that is better than performance that what we are selling. Well, we will lose those as a customer, but that's something that they will use for their own production. So we can still approach other companies. We have seen that what we are doing is very, very difficult, and it requires a long time of development, even for big companies. So in that sense, I mean, it's not an easy industry, that's for sure. And but what we have been doing is benchmarking to traditional processes that are commonly used in the industry, and against those we are far away from the performance level. So we are quite confident.
All right, thank you, Vicente. Any other questions from the audience? Warren Stapleton. All right, hold on a second. Let's see if we can get Warren here. Get out loud. So Warren's question is, how do you see your expenses growing as you grow?
Gallium arsenide, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, our technology.
Can you explain the question for the, like this technology is, you know, the development of the core materials of semiconductors is beyond myself, and probably most people on the call aren't technical experts. So would you mind explaining the question?
Yeah, so yeah, this so our technology is focused to this well, the commonly known as 3,5 materials, which is this gallium arsenide, indium phosphide. So these materials are better performing materials than the silicon, and they are used in some specific areas, and they are expensive, very expensive. One of the reasons why they are expensive is precisely because of the problems of oxidation, and these problems, these defects make a lot of rejected parts, and is making difficult to treat this material. So we are trying to solve that. But in related to our own expenses growing, our business model is not going to be producing. So what we are doing is licensing the technology to our customers, and we are doing the technology customization and transfer for our customers. So most of the times we are working with materials delivered by our customers. So in that sense, it's not expensive for us. Of course, when we do our own internal R&D, yes, we need to get our hands on materials, and then we need to buy them. But yeah, that's I mean, that's a normal expenditure in our business development. So it's not we don't see that as an issue.
Terrific. And let's see if we can get Bjorn. All
1 2 1 2.
There it is. We hear you.
Oh,
Bjorn,
that's me.
Where are you coming in from?
I'm Bonnie, dude.
Oh, it's
Björn
Bonnie.
is my Björn is my passport name. You didn't know that, did you?
Hey, Bonnie. I did not.
Hello, everybody. I just posted my questions in the chat. So my question was, what does success look like for you coming to the US? What is your next tactical challenge? How do you define success?
Yeah.
Great
Well,
question.
success is selling licenses like candies.
And who would you sell those licenses to? Like, what is the next tactical step? That's your first challenge. You know, like
So
every journey starts with first step.
Yeah, our customers, basically, we have like three well-identified customers. One is what they are called as integrated device manufacturers, so chip makers who are handling the whole production by themselves. For instance, Osram, they are making all the chips completely from wafer, from the disk of the materials to the final lamps. So those type of device makers are our preferred customers, because we can give the biggest added value as well, because we are creating value from manufacturing point to actual device performance. Then there are the foundries, which are basically these companies that are making chips for a lot of different companies, and but those are a bit more difficult to handle because of that kind of global distribution and so on. And then there are, of course, substrate makers or material makers, and
Okay.
yeah, about expanding to the US. Well, US clearly is a very important market for semiconductors, and of course, many times the factories are not in the US, but still, R&D lines are there. Some factories are still there, and there has been in the recent years there has been a lot of investment also in the US territory to build new fabs. So that's why we would like to get a bit more into the US.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just read that Apple is making their own, or planning to make their own new chips. Would an introduction to Apple help you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
then DM me after this.
All right.
Make sure to make the connection, Bonnie. Thank you so much for coming on. Bonnie is not only a friend, he's also an alum. He came through our program in 2017, our media program, and then actually our retail program, and then moved into our space at Rent24 after moving here from the Sunshine Coast of Australia. So, and has since become a mentor in the program. So we'll make sure to get that connection, Bonnie. Thanks so much for coming in. He'll also be moderating one of the breakout rooms once we go to the happy hour. So thanks for jumping in. We have a couple other questions in here, Vicente. I'm going to ask you to look at the chat so you can answer them via text. Okay. And then Nathan, let's make sure to drop in the details for all the different companies so that people can look through the fuller list. And we're going to move on to our next victim.
Okay, so hello, my name is Anssi Ruuhikorpi. I'm CEO and founder of IT Fox, which is the company name, and Postomer is our product name. And I'm having a long software engineering history, acting as a lead developer in Nokia and Microsoft. And at the moment, I have funded my project by selling my time to Redmond, to Microsoft USA. So now I really start my pitch. So I guess many of you might have a dog. So the biggest problem is, how can you tell if your dog is in pain? Pets cannot talk. So it is very difficult to identify pain from your dog. And they cannot simply communicate. And especially chronic pain with the dogs, it's extremely difficult to notice. And with cats, it's even more difficult to notice. And another big problem is the quality of tracking data when going to see vet, because vet needs a lot of data from pet owner to make better diagnosis. There are also many other problems which we have identified, and our solution tackles all of these. So what is the solution? It's our Postomer. This is so that with our digital solution, the pet owner or dog owner, cat owner can then track and keep book about changes, and then use the Helsinki pain index with our application. It's validated pain index, and flow of events using our platform is such that very simple, and especially no extra work from vets needed. And it's very important because vets are extremely busy, and we are selling this to vet chains. There are other awesome features as well, and these are already and all the time growing. Looks like this. Huge market. You all know the pet market is awesome, and we are seeking like service or obtainable market like this. Why us? We have exclusive rights for the digital version of the Helsinki Pain Index for dogs, and feline pain index is coming soon, together with Duncan Las Callas from North Carolina University. B2B focus, especially now with vet chains, and we have piloted Postomer successfully in Finland with 1,000 users. Our team. This is our awesome Postomer team. Our mission and what we are looking here. We will create and deliver a branded platform with significant value for pet parent at a profit. And this is self-invested. Now we are late seed phase and seeking funding 500K as convertible note. Thank you.
All right, great job, sir. Virtual golf clap. So we are now going to take any questions. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Anssi about Possumer and how he is helping pets? Very important work. So Mendy Yang, who we're excited to have join, wants to know what kind of competitors you have in this space, Anssi.
Well, I can tell you I have one slider from competitors, but because the pitching time was very limited, I did it. We are having we have identified some, but our idea is unique because it contains this pain tool, and many of these are having one tools, but the idea behind Possumer was that I don't want to use millions of apps. I want one single platform which has everything, trainings, pet, and because activity all are affecting for pet health, and it's very important information that vet gets this as well. And the pain is really, there is no other pain digital version about these indexes or similar. And validated pain index, it will take several years to develop so that it's really validated.
Thank you, Anssi. We have a couple more, so let's see if we can get to it. Niklas, can you unmute and ask your question?
Yes, hi everyone. Hi, Anssi. Thanks for the presentation. So basic question. So how do you see, like, who's the primary paying customer? Is it the pet owners or the vets?
It's basically, I can quickly show you one slider about this. So this is our customer. So first, of course, we must keep clear focus, and those are vet chains. And we are already having it so that it's very easy to white label, so that the vet chain gives this to their customers, and they are able to get white label product, which is helping pet parents with pain management, and able to start pain medication early and follow up, for example, with chronic pain, that they start pain medication early. But those are mainly vet chains at this point, pharma, insurance companies, and really big players of this. And great, there has been interest about with big players. So like this, as you see, there are some big players. They are really interested about.
So the 1,000 customers you mentioned, does that also include vets and vet chains?
Yeah, there is this Finnish is what is in Finland, yes. But we are having, for example, L1 Health in US. We are having demo for them already, and we have kept first meetings. And with UK, we were having the 2 vet chains who are really wanting demo and piloting. So, but because of coronavirus, I supposed to go there in April, so it's now delayed. So because of virus situation in UK, it was then moved to the later on. But there are clear interest for our product.
Thank you.
We have got a few more questions, and I'm going to ask you, Anssi, to go into the chat to see the ones that were missed. I see we got another question from Bonnie, and I think another one from Arthur here about success stories. So if you could go in and just drop those into the chat for us, we are going to move on to the next pitch. Actually, before the next pitch, now that we're halfway through, we actually have a couple words from our partners and our sponsors. So Niklas, you mind flipping on your camera? I know you just asked a question, but flipping on and saying hi to everyone, and
sure.
who you are, and how we got this whole entire event even planned and started.
Yes, hi everyone. Good morning. Good to be here. So so Niklas Kiviluoto from Business Finland. We've been working with Brian and the VentureOut team to put this program and event together. I'm very, very happy with the work we've been doing with Brian. It's been amazing to work with the team particularly like I mentioned at the beginning. Originally, we were working together with the consulate here in New York to put together a 1-week program starting early June, and then for obvious reasons we couldn't do that. So it was great to see how quickly Brian and the team started brainstorming and pivoted into like what else could we do to really bridge the gap between the Finnish and Nordic startups and New York. And happy to see what eventually came out of that. What Business Finland is, so we're the Finnish government's innovation funding and internationalization agency, you could call us. So we fund R&D and innovation at scale with around 600-700 million a year, around 170 million or so that goes to startups at different stages. And then we have people in 40 countries around the world whose primary purpose is really to help the most relevant and exciting startups to enter and thrive in those markets. And I'm based here in New York, working with the digital startups overall, and our team in North America is around 12 people.
Well, thanks for the kind word, Nick. Kind words, Niklas. It's been a pleasure with you and the team as well. I know this is we very much viewed this as a test and wanted to just create some kind of engaging activity, both for startups to be able to join and engage and start to learn and grow in the midst of what is for many a malaise, but also to serve as something that might be a platform for other events that we can host. So we have one more partner. I know Mara is here. Mara, I want to see if you could turn on your camera and unmute and see if we can get you to say hi on behalf of McCarter in English.
Hey, Brian, can you hear me?
Yes, there you are.
Okay, perfect. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well and, of course, staying safe in this time. I just wanted to give a quick intro to the firm. My name is Mara Vento. I'm an attorney at McCarter in English in the Venture Capital and Emerging Companies Group. McCarter is a 175-year-old full-service law firm. We have approximately 400 plus attorneys in 9 offices across the U.S. And we have all the typical practice areas you would have with a large law firm, including corporate, IP, litigation, tax, and so on. We represent VC funds and over 1,500 startups in the tech and life sciences fields, including consumer-focused companies. We help companies, of course, form, issue their initial equity, protect their IP, develop IP strategies, of course, finance, raise money through angel, VC, and other private rounds of funding, and then grow and exit through M&A and IPO. In PitchBook, we're generally ranked in the top 3 to 8 firms regionally, in the top 6 to 10 firms nationally and globally, and this is for angel and VC deals. Last year, we actually closed over 242 financings in M&A and VC deals with over 6 billion. We have a very large IP group of over 120 IP lawyers who are specialists in most technical fields, including the tech and life sciences. They handle patent, trademark, copyright, prosecution, as well as licensing and litigation. And then included in this group, we have 100 litigators ready to sue and defend in the US. That's it for McCarter. Thank you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Brian has my information, and have a great day.
Thanks so much, Mara. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hello, everybody. My name is Atte Varsta. I'm the CEO and founder of Prof Training Finland, which was founded in 2015. Prof Training Finland is the #1 Finnish well-being company in group exercising here in our country. And at the moment, we have 3 different concepts. And one of them is a fashion method, which is the largest Finnish group exercising concept. And all of them are created and developed by sports professionals and physiotherapists. Why? Everybody can feel sometimes stiff or reduced mobility, or sore and floppy body, or if you are injured and you have to go through the surgery and rehabilitate from that. Or if you are elite athlete and you want to enhance your maximum performance, that's the place where our concepts come into play. And our concepts are based on the myofascial approach and musculoskeletal health. I'm not going to any details about the fascia's role in a movement, but it's very important in order to function in an optimum way. And for example, force transmission is one thing. 35–40% is transmitted through the fascial layers in a body. Our target groups are corporates and institutes like fitness centers, hospitals, nursing homes, universities, but also individual professionals like personal trainers, exercise instructors, athletes, physiotherapists. So in that sense, we are in a B2B business, and clients for those are regular customers like consumers. And that's what we are targeting to the US market on a B2B sector. So we have 3 concepts, and the fascia method is the first one. So it's like a base for everything, and all of them are overlapping to each other. So fascia method is for the body maintenance and rehabilitation. Pro method is for testing and design individual training programs, and power method is a strength and conditioning concept. And picking up few key points from here, we came as a biggest Finnish group exercise concept 2018, and same year we also acquired partnership with the United States Sports Academy, which is the only university in USA providing only sport management and the sport coaching degrees all the way to the doctoral level, accredited programs and degrees in the USA. They incorporated our programs, our concepts into the catalog. And last year we became member for NSCA, which is probably the most recognized and the most important association in USA, National Strength and Conditioning. For example, if you want to be a coach in US Olympic team or US Air Force Academy or similar institutions, you have to have an NSCA approved education. And now we are launching this summer international web store and piloting with the fascia method concept there. And that's what we are doing in Las Vegas this July. Well, depending on a corona situation, but that's our aim. And at the moment, we don't need any fundings, but after launch, we need advisors for US market from the investment perspective, but also market entry perspective. Connections to US fitness centers and also other companies operating in this industry. So in a case you are interested to work with us, we are happy to speak and negotiate with you. Thank you.
All right, virtual golf clap there. Great job. So let's see if we can get some questions into the chat here.
Yeah, I've had Alex Park send me a question here, which I'm going to read out for him. Just give me a moment here. The fitness industry is a really competitive and crowded kind of marketplace. What's your competitive advantage over everyone else?
Yeah, that's a good question, and of course we have done some market study who would be and who are our competitors in USA, and of course globally Les Mills is probably the strongest competitor. Our competitive edge comes from the pricing, because for example Les Mills, their pricing is rather expensive. So if you want to have a group exercise lessons, you have to pay for each participant. But in our case, we educate instructors and they pay for the license fee, which is the initial license fee, very moderate. We are talking about about 400 euros. But then you have to yearly basis update your license, and the cost of that is 150 euros. So in that sense, it's very competitive pricing wise. And our approach is the very unique, the myofascial continuity approach. There is some some competitors in this field as well, like a Franklin method. But by far, as far as we know, we are the biggest concept utilizing myofascial continuities in the world. So that in that sense, we are in a good position.
Atte, great job, sir. Really, really good job.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mikko Kesti. I'm the CEO and founder of Loopdeck. We create user interfaces for complex software. Software nowadays have become increasingly complex and less intuitive to use. The keyboard and mouse have never been designed actually to be navigated through complex software user interfaces. The price and complexity of specialist controllers is set too high for many users. These problems do exist across all these industries. That's why our potential market would be $1.1 billion. With our solution, we provide common user interface, therefore efficient user experience too. Tactile control feel and direct access to actions and functions will speed up your process by 50%. Our tools are equally suitable for individuals and businesses too. We've done more than $10 million in the past 3 years cumulatively. We've sold more than 55,000 Loopdecks around the globe. We are available on all Amazon marketplaces, and we've partnered with 46 major retailers that we have handpicked ourselves. We've had plus 50% growth year on year, and we are growing even more now. In our vision, we create innovative and accessible user controls that will fundamentally improve your workflow. Expanding user base, low entry threshold, default tool, and strong partnerships will allow us to fit to the market very well. These are the partners that we work with. Here you can see that we don't only develop hardware, but also software. Soon we will launch software products to the market, and we are discussing about these opportunities with companies such as HP and Asus. Our team has more than 100 years of relevant experience from these industries. So thank you. That was my pitch.
Great job. And right on time, sir. Very impressive. All right. So let's see if we can get some questions going from the audience here.
All right. We've just had another question pop up from Alex Park in the chat here. And it is, how is your revenue split between industries in audio, visual, music, all your different kind of markets? How does your revenue split between them?
Yeah, I'd say that we've been very strong in the beginning because of the background of the company in photography and videography industry. So I'd say that 80% of our revenue are from these industries. But we launched the latest tool called Loopdeck CT, which you can see here. So this tool was launched end of last year. And with this tool now we are able to enter different markets like game streaming. In this summer we are entering game streaming industry.
Thank you.
All right, Renee, I'm going to see if I can flip you on and let you ask your question yourself.
Yeah, Mikko, can you comment on what current margins look like and where you see them going as you scale?
And Renee, would you mind introducing yourself quickly, sort of where you work, where you're coming in from?
Yep, I'm Rini Veloso. I'm at DLA Piper in the Emerging Growth Group, and I'm also a venture partner at a healthcare fund called FundRx.
Very cool. We know FundRx well. Alex Fair on here also from MedStar, you should probably know. But anyway, thanks for the question, Renee.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So our product margins are between 50 and 60%. And that's because of mainly that we don't work with distributors. So we work only with chosen retailers, and online sales is very important for us. So like Amazon in the United States and Loopdeck.com, and actually Loopdeck.com is now increasing a lot, so we can improve our margins actually.
Great, and the next one is from Adam. Adam, let's see if we can get you to unmute and ask your question here.
Can you turn that off?
We can hear you.
Hi, yeah, my name is Adam. I'm actually with Living Loop, a clean tech company. My question is kind of as people shift to like touchscreen interfaces and AR, are you guys looking at kind of developing any solutions for AR technologies?
And where are you coming in from, Adam?
So based out of Cleveland during the current situation.
Cool. Welcome, Cleveland.
Yeah, I need to really think of what should I answer here, because we are under NDA with some of the companies, but we are looking for software solutions for touchscreen applications. Yeah, that's it. That's my answer. But please do reach out to me if you want to know more. But yeah, it's a bit tricky one here.
Not on a public and recorded webinar.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah.
And we have one more from Arthur. Arthur, let's see if we can flip you on. Arthur, go ahead.
So, all right. So I'm Arthur Quintela, intern at VentureOut. My question was, what is your target audience? And I'm coming from France, Nantes, west side of France. So my question was, what is your target audience? Is it more towards pro or a beginner user of those softwares?
Yeah,
Great question, Arthur.
Thanks for the question. We are targeting professionals, but actually 2/3 of our customers are professionals, and 1/3 of the customer base is prosumers.